Welcome to Six Figs. I'm Kyle, and in today's video, we're going to be talking everything Nervos Network CKB. There's some big stuff going on with Nervos Network that I'm excited to talk about. So follow me on X at Real6Fig and give Nervos Network a follow because they are hardcore OGs within the crypto space. We're going to be talking about Joy ID, folks. If you haven't tried Joy ID, this is one of my favorite, personally, my favorite crypto wallets out there. They are reporting 885,000 total users, 521 new users, with over 86,000 transactions. And really, once you figure out how easy Joy ID is to use, it's like my favorite mobile wallet I've ever had, hands down. I dropped a video on the Meepo hard fork, folks, and this has been received very well. So thank you for all the kind words and support for this video. We're really trying to put Nervos on the map, and I'm really trying to do some higher level editing for some of these videos. So you'll see a lot more glam involved with these types of Nervos Network videos, right? They take a long time to edit, and but the production value is there and worth it in my opinion. So yeah, I'll have a bunch more coming out in August as well. So keep your eyes open for some of these dumbed down explainer videos on like what's happening behind the scenes on Nervos. The Fiber devs have added Biscuit auth to RPC server, similar to Macaroons. Biscuit enables fine-grained distributed permission control. So that's like a super smart permission system. And really, it's like a digital lock that only certain people can open, really. It is what it is. Multipath payments, fixed concurrency bugs, node restart, and stress tested issues. Sending is stable now. And so they basically fixed split payments, stuff like that. So interesting stuff there. I do think that Fiber is definitely going to help improve the experience when it comes to Nervos Network. And I also did a high level video on Fiber as well. Maybe I'll go ahead and link that to the end screen for you to watch. Nervos Nation, folks, the lifeblood of the Nervos Network community, has an insane Telegram group. So if you're like curious about learning more about Nervos Network, you can join the Telegram group. And a lot of the people that work for the Nervos Foundation, Nervos Nation, they're all in there. And they can answer any questions you might have. But they've got some really cool stuff like, RGB++. They got the new Meepo hard fork, which are really propelling Nervos forward like crazy. Nervos Network has really jumped up in the rankings too. We're at 189, no longer 285 or whatever. So this thing is building, and it's, people are starting to notice what's going on with Nervos Network. It's not even on Coinbase yet. So on the day, it's down 7%. Big whoop in crypto, right? I want to just start off with Bitcoin dominance because this is going to be very important when we take a quick peek at the Nervos Network charts. And what you're seeing here is basically a harmonic pattern indicator. And without this pattern, I've been just telling you guys about the potential for an insane rising wedge on Bitcoin. This thing's been, I've been telling you guys like literally for the last few months that it's about to spill, and we could be gearing up to see, Bitcoin dominance really start to topple. And if we get a nice toppling, like back in, 2020, 2021, when we had that phenomenal bull run, if we get something like this to occur here, which I'm hoping that's what happens, we're going to see the alt market absolutely fly. And I think that when you start to look at harmonics and the way that we could be gearing up to see at least an ABC down to, the 55%-ish level, an ABC retracement, which is a basically like Elliott wave theory. And if we could get an ABCDE retracement down to this 50%, we are really going to see stuff full send. But right now on the crypto markets, like we're seeing the Fed really start to, I don't want to say pause, but they weren't ever going to lower the rates this month anyways. Like I knew this months ago. My eyes were always set on, September that they would raise the rates. But short term, it's looking like we might see Bitcoin dominance kind of increase slightly, like 2-3%. I think it'll kind of keep the crypto markets, like the alt markets, at bay. And CKB right now is really going into a very nice consolidation or holding pattern. So we're seeing a very nice symmetrical triangle start to form. And you could almost say that this is some sort of bull pennant or something like that. But right now, that's just what we're dealing with. And we are starting to see the last CKB video I did on this daily chart. Guys, I was telling you, I said it's probably going to be, not until August when we see price action move a little bit closer to this cloud shoulder here. We see this 50 moving average come up, and I'm hoping that we see price action just start to shoot up come end of August, mid-August, somewhere in there. And I would really love to see a second leg of Elliott wave theory to the upside with CKB. And what I mean by this, well, I mean something like this to occur. And the thing with Elliott wave theory, folks, is span 2 to 3 can never be the shortest span. So by default, we need to see span, let's just draw this off the presumed 200 moving average. Span 3 would have to come up to about 0.0135, at the lowest point based off this, somewhere in that neighborhood. And maybe we would gear up for another run. But ideally, we'd like to see this come up a little higher, maybe to the 2-cent level, and maybe see this last and final wave test all-time highs, something like that, 4 cents. Now, I do think that if that does happen, we will see on a grander scale, a setup possibly where there is some sort of inverse head and shoulders that could form or something of that nature. When we look at the weekly chart and turn on the harmonics engine, really this is predicting a 0.0427-ish move to the upside. So right now, I'm hopeful of that. This is what's called, a bullish shark or a bearish shark, excuse me. And this is basically just saying, hey, we think the price is going to pump up to this point based off harmonic patterns, things like that. So I'm hopeful. I'm thinking that, coming into the fall, I've been thinking the fall is going to be this ripe bear or bull market for the last year. It's 4 years since the last all-time high cycles and things like that. So it's going to be interesting to say the least. So I'm also going to be out at Rare Evo in Las Vegas next month in a couple weeks. I might try to catch the last day. So if you're out in Vegas, hit me up. Would love to connect with you. But anyways, getting back to the meat and bread of this thing, follow me on X, folks, at Real Six Fig. Join Nervos Nation, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.